Andariki Namaskaram. I extend my warm greetings to all the people of Telangana state on the occasion of 72nd Republic Day celebrations. It is a proud moment for all of us that the Telangana state, by implementing a plethora of innovative, unique and people-oriented schemes and programs within a short span of time, has carved a niche for itself in the history of the country. Since the responsibility of the governing the state is entrusted to a leader, that is Honorable Chief Minister, who happened to lead the movement for the separate statehood for Telangana, it stood first and unique in the country in several sectors due to the planned and systemic efforts during the past 6.5 years and has been providing inspiration to other states to emulate Telangana. COVID vaccination. The entire year 2020 went through the difficulties due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We started the year 2021 with lot of optimism as the vaccination for COVID-19 on priority has been started and is being administered on priority basis. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji's visit to Bharat Biotech International Limited in Hyderabad to review the development of the indigenous COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin, gave great impetus to quicken the process. With the combined and well-coordinated efforts of the Government of India and the state government, the spread of the virus was effectively contained. By strict implementation of the lockdown and by offering the best medical treatment to the affected, the mortality rate in the state has been brought down to the lowest possible. A record number of above 76 lakh tests were conducted across the state by setting up the center even at the mandal level. In the state, 2 lakh tests were conducted for every 10 lakh population, as against national average of 1.39 lakh tests. Case fatality rate in the state is 0.54% as against national rate of 1.4%. The recovery rate in the state is 98.24% as against national rate of 96.8%. Thus, the state has been performing well in containing ill effects of COVID-19. From the bottom of my heart, I salute all the frontline warriors like medical and health department staff, police personnel, sanitary workers, journalists and other employees and volunteers who stood in the forefront in fight against COVID pandemic. The state government distributed 12 kg of rice and extended a financial help of 1,500 per month to each poor family who lost their livelihood during the lockdown. Free meals were served through Annapurna canteens. Special trains were arranged for the migrant workers to travel to their native places. The state government has incurred a huge revenue loss of 52,000 crore due to the distribution of activities caused by the pandemic. Despite the steep fall in the revenue, the state government continued all its welfare and social security schemes for the benefit of the poor. Palla Pragati. Translating separate statehood movement leaders' vision into reality, the living standards of the people in Telangana state have tremendously improved due to the creation of basic infrastructure facilities in the villages, in all villages. The Palla Pragati program transformed the villages in the state as role models in the country. Now, 12,765 gram panchayats have been provided tractors with tankers and trolleys as against 84 gram panchayats that had their own tractors at the time of formation of the state. Now, the villages in the state wear a festive look with clean and green surroundings. As a part of greenery initiatives, a record 91% of the saplings planted have survived in the rural areas. Each village in the state has one plant nursery. The state will have 19,470 village Prakruti Vanalu and is identified at 19,027 places, and saplings were planted at 15,646 places. People voluntarily cleared all the unwanted vegetation, closed the unused open wells, bore wells and sewerage ponds through Shramadhan in Palle Pragati. Construction of dump yards is going on at 12,736 places and 91% of work are completed. At 9,023 dumping yards, compost facilities are being created. In order to avoid difficulty of performing the last rites of loved ones, the state government decided to construct one Vaikunta Dhamam at every village. The state government took special interest for constructing one Raitu Vedika at every cluster to facilitate the farmers to sit and deliberate farm-related issues. The construction of 2,580 Raitu Vedikas out of the targeted 2,601 has been completed. The state government has also decided to create drying platforms at 93,875 places in the state in the first phase, which will help the farmers to dry and thresh their produce. Earlier, Gram Panchayats were unable to pay their electricity bills on time, resulting in stoppage of power supply to the villages. With the initiatives taken up by the state government, now Gram Panchayats are able to pay their electricity bills in time. The state government is releasing 308 crore every month to the Gram Panchayats despite financial crunch due to COVID pandemic. This is enabling the Gram Panchayats to continue their developmental works. Owing to cleanliness, there is a drastic decline in incidence of dengue fever in this year. The central government conferred Swachh Sarveshan Award on the state as all the villages have been declared open defecation free. I appreciate all those who made it possible. I congratulate Panchayat Raj Department officials, Sarpanch, ward members, Panchayat secretaries and all those who took part in this endeavor. Pattana Pragati. Rapid urbanization is taking place in the state after its formation. The urban areas are being transformed into pollution-free, better living places. The state government is releasing rupees 148 crore every year to urban areas, apart from release of additional funds to GHMC and other municipal corporations. There are 2,802 sanitation vehicles in the urban areas in the state. 2,004 more are arranged now. With this, 4,806 sanitation vehicles would be made available. Dump yards are being constructed in all urban areas. 1,018 plant nurseries in urban areas and 500 under GMC are already set up. The state government wants to arrange Vaikunta Dhamams in all the urban areas at the rate of one Vaikunta Dhamam for every 1 lakh population. In 116 urban areas, veg and non-veg integrated markets are being established. The state government enacted the Telangana State Building Permission Approval and Self-Certification System TSB Pass Act 2020 to ease the permission procedure for building construction in urban areas. Now, the applicants, through self-declaration in a highly transparent, time-bound and correction-free manner, are obtaining permissions. In all urban areas, government is supplying drinking water at free of cost up to 20,000 liters per every household per month. This has enabled about 97% of urban population to access free drinking water facility. Administrative reforms. The state government has brought in several administrative reforms aiming at heralding transparent, accountable and corruption-free good governance. New Panchayat Raj, Revenue and Municipalities Act were brought in. Number of districts were increased from 10 to 33, revenue divisions from 43 to 74, mandals from 459 to 593, municipal corporations from 6 to 13, Grama Panchayats from 8,690 to 12,765. With this, the administrative units are brought to the reach of common man, thus avoiding travelling long distance and paving the way for effective implementation of government schemes. Dharani portal. I am happy to announce that revolutionary reforms brought in by the state government to give more authenticity to the land ownership, to have more clarity in the land transactions and yielding good results. The Dharani portal brought in to maintain the land records is highly successful. The farmers are able to sell and buy the agriculture lands within minutes in a hassle-free manner. Agriculture. The state government is taking plan-based measures to bail out agriculture sector from the crisis faced before formation of the state. The agriculture policies and programs launched by the state government have earned international acclaim. The state government has undertaken construction of major irrigation projects to overcome the lack of irrigation facilities faced by farmers for decades together. Irrigation facilities have been tremendously improved thanks to Kalishwaram project, the largest multi-stage lift irrigation project in the world. The works of Balamuru Rangareddy Sidarama Devadula project are being taken up at faster pace. Works on the pending projects in the combined Mahabubnagar, Warangal, Adilabad, Nalgonda, Khammam and other districts are completed and water is supplied to 16 lakh acres. Through Mission Kakatiya program, all the tanks in the state are revived. As a result, there is a 4-meter increase in the groundwater level. Since farmers are given 24-hour uninterrupted power supply, lands under 24 lakh pump sets are being cultivated and the yield is bountiful. Owing to all these, now paddy is cultivated in 1.04 crore acres as against 35 lakh acres at the time of formation of the state. With a vast increase in areas of cultivation, Telangana state has become the Annapurna rice bowl of the country. The state government purchased agriculture produce by setting up of procurement centers at the village level, thus saving the farmers from incurring losses due to the closure of markets due to lockdown. During the last Rabi season, the Food Corporation of India has procured 1.15 crore tons of paddy all over the country, and out of this, Telangana state alone accounted for massive 64 lakh tons, which is 55% of the total procurement of the Food Corporation of India. Raitu Bandhu and Raitu Bima. The Raitu Bandhu scheme, which is first of its kind in the country, was introduced to help the farmers as investment support for agriculture. It is being continued in spite of COVID-related financial problems. For the Rabi season, the state government has extended rupees 7,351 crore assistance under the scheme to cover 60 lakh farmers owning 1.47 crore acres. Under Raitu Bima scheme, in the event of death of a farmer due to any cause, including natural death, the incurred amount of 5 lakh will be deposited in the designated nominee bank account within 10 days. The state government, with humanitarian approach, is bearing the entire premium to provide life security to the families of the deceased farmers. Since the government has acted sternly against the supplies of spurious seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, the farmers are now getting adequate quantities of quality seeds, fertilizers and pesticides in time. The state government is extending subsidy to the farmers on tractors, other agricultural equipment and tools. Cultivation under micro irrigation is on increase with the government subsidies ranging from 80 to 100%. power sector, providing the prophets of doom that Telangana will plunge into darkness if it becomes a separate state. Wrong. And busting the myth, the state is shining with rapid strides in power sector. The unparalleled achievements that the state registered in the power sector brought qualitative change in the lives of the people, providing administrative capabilities of the government. From the stage of horse together power cuts and power holidays, state has reached a stage of 24 hours quality and uninterrupted power supply to all sectors. Before formation of the state, the installed capacity was 7,888 megawatt, and it is now increased to 16,245 megawatt. The state stood first in the country in per capita power consumption, which is one of the important indicators of development index. The state is first in per capita growth rate too. The average per capita power consumption at the formation of the state was 1,356 kilowatt hour, and now it is 2,071 kilowatt hour, while national per capita power consumption is 1,208 kilowatt hour. It indicates that the Telangana state per capita power consumption is 58% more than the national average. I am happy to announce that the state has reduced its losses in transmission and supply of power by 2.41% and stood first in the country. The state also stood first in increasing the green energy. The solar energy generation capacity was 74 megawatt at the time of formation of the state, and it is 3,741 megawatt now. The works on Patratri, Yadatri power plants are going to a fast track to make the state a power surplus one. Council of Energy and Environment and Water declared that Telangana state is the number one in the country in electricity access and electrification. This is the appreciation that the state got at the international level. Mission Bhagiratha. The Mission Bhagiratha program, which attracted attention of the entire country, has once for all solved the drinking water problem in the state. For 23,968 habitations in the state, safe and pure drinking water is supplied daily. The Central Jal Jeevan Mission has declared the Telangana state registered a major achievement by supplying drinking water through pipes to 98.46% of houses in the state. This is another feather in our cap. Public health. The state government gave top priority to improve the conditions of government hospitals, right from primary health centers to the super specialty hospitals. Funds are allocated and utilized, treating hospital as the unit. The KCR KIT program not only extended financial assistance to the pregnant women, but also reduced the maternal mortality rate from 90 to 76 and infant mortality rate from 35 to 29. The number of patients approaching government hospitals has increased by 30% as there is improved faith and confidence. Basti Davakanas. In Hyderabad city are offering better medical services to the poor. In these Basti Davakanas, OP facility, teleconsultation, basic lab tests, free dispensation of medicines, immunization and other medical facilities are being provided. Dialysis centers, diagnostic centers and ICU in the government hospitals are increased significantly. Oxygen facility is provided to 10,000 beds in the state. The Niti Aayog declared that Telangana state consecutively stood third in the country for the third time in providing better medical facilities in government hospitals. This proves the achievements of the state in the health sector. Education. Lockdown is only for educational institutions and not for education. The examination system and academic year are planned in such a way that the students from the state became eligible to take any competitive examinations at the state at national level. On par with private and corporate educational institutions, the students from the government educational institutions were offered online classes through Doordarshan and other similar facilities. To start physical classrooms for the students from 9th standard upwards from February 1st, all the educational institutions and residential institutions, hostels are cleaned up and kept ready. Telanganaku Haridaharam. The state government has launched Telanganaku Haridagaram program. It created awareness among people on the need to plant saplings and grow trees. Gram panchayats and municipalities were given responsibility to protect trees. The aim of the Haridagaram is to plant 230 crore saplings, and of this 210.68 crore were planted so far. All over the state, 13,768 plant nurseries were set up which are supplying the saplings. The government is ready to supply 6 fruit-bearing saplings to every household through the Gram Panchayats. The government is according top priority to revive the forest through the slogan, Jungle Bachao, Jungle Patao. Plants are grown in 43,276 hectares of the forest land. PD Act is invoked to stop the timber smuggling, and stern action is being taken against the culprits. The Forest Survey of India recorded that there is a 3.67% increase in green cover in the state. This is a proof that our efforts are bearing fruits. Industrial growth. The i&pr policy received appreciations from all over the country and accelerated industrial growth in the state. Since inception of this policy, 14,338 new industries came to the state and provided 14,59,639 jobs. Information and technology. Owing to the IT policy brought in by the state government, world-famous IT companies have opened their offices in the state. IT companies are of the view that Telangana state is the right destination for operating their business as well as for the safety of their data. Amazon Web Service Company came forward to set up its data center region with an investment of 20,761 crore in Hyderabad. Multinational companies like Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle and others have opened their office campuses in Hyderabad. The government has started IT hubs not only in Hyderabad but also at 2-tier cities like Warangal, Karimnagar and Khammam. The IT exports at the time of formation of the state were rupees 66,276 crore per year, and the last financial year it went up to 1,28,807 crore. 5,82,126 persons got job in IT sector. Development Hyderabad. The works are on rapid pace to transform Hyderabad from metropolitan city into an international metropolis. The lockdown period was put to the best use to complete the road works and bridges constructions in the city. About 250 kilometer length of BT roads were laid. The works undertaken under the Strategic Road Development Program SRDP are progressing at a faster pace. 26 main roads were widened under the SRDP Phase 1 and multi-level flyovers and main junctions are developed to ensure smooth flow of signal-free traffic. As a part of this, works on 7 skyways, 11 major corridors, 68 major roads, 54 grade separators are being taken up. It is a matter of pride that Bharat Swachh Mission has declared Charminar pedestrian project as a special Swachh iconic construction. The cable bridge constructed at Durgam Seruvu not only eased the traffic congestion but also became a major tourist spot in the city. In line with Chief Minister's noble aim to make poor people live with dignity, construction of 1 lakh double-bedroom houses at 111 sites have been taken up by the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation residents, and at some locations houses were also distributed to the beneficiaries. Law and order. Maintenance of law and order is on the top of the agenda. The state government is acting with an iron hand against anti-social elements, anarchist persons and those harassing women. The state government, with increasing funding, strengthen the police department by providing required manpower, vehicles, equipment, infrastructure and state-of-art of technology. It is important to note that 65% of CC cameras installed in the country are in Telangana state. The police command control room center set up by the state-of-the-art technology, which is the first of its kind in the country, will be opened soon in Hyderabad. The entire police department has been revamped for effective maintenance of law and order, for better coordination among the police stations. Employees' welfare. Since the formation of Telangana state, the government gave a priority to the welfare of all sections of the government employees. In the initial period of state formation, 42% fitment was given to the government employees. Salaries of the employees who are all working with meager wages, such as outsourcing, contract and others, have been increased. The state government has decided to increase the salaries to benefit every employee and pensioner. The state government has also decided to enhance the age of superannuation. The process to increase the salaries and age of retirement is in progress. The process to fill all vacancies on compassionate grounds is also going on. The process of giving promotions is on fast pace. Once the promotions are given, the resultant vacancies will be filled up immediately. The state government, with full dedication, determination and commitment, has successfully been able to reconstruct and rebuild the state. Though a newly born state, the Telangana has achieved great success in several sectors and has been attracting the attention of the entire country and became a role model, that is Telangana model. The strong foundations are being laid for a Bangaru Telangana, where there is no hunger, no suicides, and where there is bountiful of peace and happiness, wealth and prosperity. With the support and cooperation of the people, I am confident that this yagna of progress and development would be taken forward by the state government with unparalleled commitment and wholehearted dedication. Telangana, the new state, with new schemes, with new initiatives, new innovations, created new successful record. With this, the younger state is emerging as the strongest state. నూతన రాష్ట్రములు, కొత్త పథకాలు, కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణలు, సరికొత్త విజయాలతో కొత్త రాష్ట్రమైన తెలంగాణ బలమైన రాష్ట్రంగా దిద్దుకుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. జై హింద్, జై తెలంగాణ బలమైన రాష్ట్రంగా రూపుదిద్దుకుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. జై తెలంగాణ, జై హింద్.
Thank you.